Hello, bunlings. Hello, hello, hello. I have nothing crazy to report today. How about that? I have no wild stories to give you all today. I'm not opening up stream today with a guess what the fuck happened. Isn't that in itself kind of wild? But hello, everybody. It is me, her queenship, Lilith the Spectral Lot Bunny, coming at you all today. Oh, hello. Hello now. Heyo. That's a crazy thing. Alyssa, thank you so much for the 10 gifted. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Big dubs today. Here's something to talk about. That's always something exciting to talk about. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Lots of hair flips. Hair flips for the gifty subs. Good stuff. Thank you so much. But hello. It's me, her queenship, Lilith the Spectral Lot Bunny. Hello, happy Tuesday. How are we all doing today? Anything crazy happen with all of you, chat? Hello Tavok. Hello Buckaroo Holiday. Hello Alyssa. Hello Gerard. Hello Doc. Hello INF with you. Hello Blauvin. Hello to all of my lurkers. Hello everybody. How is everyone doing? Did everybody have a good weekend? But yes, I don't have any wild stories to give you guys this week. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I was racking my brain earlier, thinking if anything wild and wacky happened to me, but no, nobody tried to scam me this week. I didn't have to carry any 300-pound packages up the stairs. No, everything was pretty boring, to be honest. I wish I had more to tell you guys, in fact. I don't know, I was talking about it with a friend the other day, and I'm just like, I guess whenever I hop on stream, I was looking back at some of my VOD titles, and looking back, I'm just like, I sure have a lot of interesting stories that I've told over the past few months, haven't I? With so many clickbaity titles, I'm just like, I got scammed, not clickbait. And then a couple of streams before that, my PC story from hell. I don't know, I think I just have really bad luck. I think some people out there just have worse luck than others. And I don't know, I just happen to have a lot of stories about my bad luck that are enough of a misfortune that they cause me mild to moderate inconvenience, but entertaining enough to tell on stream and make a good story out of. Got any fun projects to talk about? Ooh, fun projects. I'm trying to think. I mean, I do, for my human self, I have some audiobooks coming out soon, which is really exciting. I have a couple new audiobooks coming out soon that I narrated. What else? Yeah, I guess this isn't really like a project that's like coming out, but kind of has been coming out. This is something kind of cool actually that's been happening is with the audiobook company that I work at, we recently had a title that got pretty big. Like, I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard of the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, but it's a book series that got really, really popular in like the past maybe like year or so. And my company I work for does the audiobooks for them. And I was at Barnes & Noble the other day shopping for Danmei. That's beside the point. That has nothing to do with this story. Me shopping for gay Chinese novels does not have anything to do with this. Anyway, but yeah, I found the book I was looking for, and as I was going to pay, I saw there was a giant whole display in the Barnes & Noble dedicated to this book series that we're working on, and I thought that was kind of crazy, seeing that like the book has gotten so big that now it has like its own dedicated thing in bookstores. I'm like, oh wow, that's cool. So that's kind of a cool thing that I've been noticing. So I'm just like, it's cool to like be a part of a project that's like getting really, really big. Bun, why are you so unfortunate? I don't know. I ask myself that every day. One thing that's been really nice in this book, Heaven Official's Blessing, is the main character.
That's over 3 years.
37 months in an egg! 37 months in an egg. Thank you, Cast Iron, for 37 months in the egg. Wow, that is a whole lot of months. That's a whole lot of months and a couple of babies. So thank you! Thank you for the 37 months, a couple of eggs, and some babies. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, Cast Iron. And welcome on in. Good to see you. Hello, happy Tuesday. I don't know. I ask myself that all the time, but the main character in Heaven Official's Blessing, like, one of his things is that he's really, really unlucky. It's like one of his main like character traits kind of, and it's sort of a running joke. And I've never related so hard. I'm just a really unfortunate, unlucky person, and unlucky things just happen to me, and I have no control over it. I don't know why. Maybe that's another thing that stopped me from trying to become a bigger VTuber, is I'm just like, my luck is so bad that just would never happen. My cousin keeps trying to get me to read Dungeon Crawler Carl. They're actually very good books. I'm saying this completely unbiased, or saying with a completely, like, removing the bias of, like, you know, my workplace aside. They're very well written. They're funny, great characters, and there's a talking cat. There's a freaking talking cat in the books. What's not to love about a talking cat? And the talking cat is great. The talking cat's hilarious. But yeah, that's been pretty dang cool. Oh, I've heard of that. Neat that you have a connection to it. It is. I knew that things were getting pretty cool, and like things were reaching like an interesting point when I worked Comic-Con a couple years ago for my job, and I saw that like it was kind of everywhere, all over like the Audible booth, and it was like the top title. That was kind of when I realized, I was like, oh wow, this is happening. This is happening. This is really going somewhere. So that's very, very cool. I thought rabbit's feet were lucky. Well, I'm a ghost, and I don't have feet anymore. Now I only have the floating ghost tail. Don't go back to look at my previous VODs where I show off my full model and the first thing you see is my feet. Those aren't real. That didn't happen. That only happened to you in a dream. You only saw my feet in a dream. Erase it from your mind. But yeah, I got mine cut off a long time ago, so that's why I'm not lucky anymore. Somebody stole all my luck. Somebody removed my feet and stole my luck. Give it back. Give it back. I've been scammed enough. I've had enough. I'm feeling violent. I've been trying to feel less violent over the past week after my scamming incident. But I'm starting to stew less. Can't spell VTuber without scuff. Indeed. I was even dealing with some scuff before stream today. I noticed that, I don't know if you guys can hear it, probably not because my mic is, or because I have music playing now, but I put on my headphones, and I was listening in from my mic, and I was like, what's that low rumbling noise? Like, I heard like a low humming sound, and I can't figure out what it is. I can't hear it with the music playing now, so hopefully when I turn off my computer and turn it on again tomorrow, the problem will be solved. But yeah, hopefully that's not gonna lead to another exciting story to tell on stream. I love DCC. Donut is amazing. Hey, we got a DCC reader. Let's go. Yeah, no, it's a great series. I've only read through in full the first book, but if you guys listen to our full cast production of DCC, then you'll hear my voice in in a few of the books. And I like the character that I play. I play a little fish character who watches a lot of American television, and she's great. But yeah, Donut is great. No feet, no hands. Lilith is losing all the limbs. Maybe that's why I'm so unlucky. I feel like luckier people tend to have all of their limbs. But it's alright, because you guys saw in that picture that I posted in the Discord the other day of me and Raphael, that these sleeves of mine, they got grip strength. They got grip strength because I trained myself for so long. I had to go so long without hands that I had to train my sleeves to develop grip strength. Or maybe I'm an inventor. Maybe I'm a really good inventor and I built myself little mechanical arms under these, and that's what I used for grip strength. Also, hi Jacob! Hello. I just got in from Project Hail Mary. How was it? I've heard very mixed things on Project Hail Mary. That's the one with what's his name? Guy who played Ken. Ryan. One of the white guys named Ryan. Gosling, that one. Yeah. Was he the one that was in it? Or was it different white guy that I mix him up with? I don't know. Sometimes I mix up him, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Ryan Reynolds. I don't know if I'm the only one. They all look a little the same. Someone stole all your luck. That's why you're dead. The one who killed me was the one who stole all my luck. I love how the story of how I died changes every single time. It's like, did somebody kill me? Was it an accident? Did I slip on a banana peel? Who knows? Maybe I don't even know the reason I died. Or not. Maybe I just haven't told you all. Ghost feet don't count. Yeah. But by the time you're dead, luck kinda all goes out the window. So whether or not you even have feet as a ghost, it wouldn't count. It just wouldn't count. Oh, were you the cat? Unfortunately, I do not play the cat. My boss plays the cat, but he does a fantastic job playing the cat. I play a great fish, but unfortunately I do not get to play the talking cat. Hopefully if there's more talking cats in future books, I can ask if I can play a different talking cat. I played a lot of other talking animals in audiobooks. But I'm trying to think if I've ever played a talking cat. Yeah, DCC talk. Yeah, everybody read DCC now. Read DCC so it gets even more popular, and then maybe Lilith make more money for her Oshikatsu lifestyle. I'm joking. For all intents and purposes, that was a joke. I'm not trying to get in trouble. Did you have to break your forearms to make fake hands? I had to slam my forearms against the table a bunch of times until they broke because I had no hands to break them with. Yeah, no, actually, Blavin's right. I did voice the cat. That was me, actually, who voiced the cat in the hit film A Talking Cat from 2013. I've seen that movie. I saw that movie all the way through. I think like once I don't remember when, but I remember once me and my friends were all like, we're gonna watch A Talking Cat, haha. Oh, we did a bad thing that night. Me and my friends, we did the most cursed thing imaginable that night. I distinctly remember this. This was so long ago, but I distinctly remember we did a double feature that night where first we watched the movie Megan is Missing, and then we followed that up with The Talking Cat as a palate cleanser. That was one of the most cursed movie nights of my life. Both movies I hated. They were both awful, but in different ways. Megan is Missing is awful because that was just a straight up fucking torture porn movie that like, it was just bad. And then A Talking Cat, like we thought it was going to be funny because we saw the memes about it, but it was just boring and repetitive and stupid. And the only good parts were the parts with the cat. But the cat wasn't really in a lot of the movie. The cat was only, I distinctly remember the cat was only in like 20, 30 minutes of the movie. And the only funny parts were with the cat because the way that like they animated it speaking, and also the person who voiced the cat, me, did a really funny job being like, oh, what do you expect? Like, and anytime the humans would try to like ask the cat a question, the cat would be like, what do you want from me? I'm a talking cat. That was basically like every Every scene with the cat in the movie was somebody would go up to the cat and they'd be like, "Cat, can you give me advice on this problem?" And the cat would be like, "I'm a talking cat. I don't know how to help you." That's what I remember from that movie. I remember seeing that. But yeah, don't watch either of those movies. They're both bad. It's that Ryan. Yeah, I think it's Gosling. I think it's the Gosling Ryan. Okay, but have you seen the YouTuber that has just a thumb on his left hand and he's made a fully mechanical hand replacement? It's so cool. That is insanely cool. I'll have to find that. That's not me. Unfortunately, I'm not that cool. But I would love to see it. It looks like a fun movie. Yeah, I mean, I've been hearing mixed things. Some people said it's really good. Some people said it's abysmal. But what did you think, Jacob? Also, I loved The Martian, so I need to read Project Hail Mary. Wait, what's the connection? Is same director? Quick search on Dungeon Crawler Carl, Fish Lady, and the Kuateen are tiny 2 feet tall, fish-headed creatures. Lore accurate Lilith height? Yeah, well, you know what? You had me in the first half because I was gonna be like, yup, that's the one. That's the one. The Kuateen, tiny 2 foot tall fish-headed creatures. And then you just had to go and say lore accurate Lilith. Incorrect! At least 3 feet. At least! If you didn't die due to toxic Yuri, did you really die? Listen, any death that has nothing to do with toxic Yuri is a meaningless one. Only meaningful death I allow is death via toxic Yuri. Or yeah. Yes, Ryan Gosling. It's one of the few movies where I can say I read the book and watched the movie. Andy Weir's prose is very quirk-chungus, but the science is solid. The movie, while long, makes all the awkward writing very charming, but kind of glosses over the science for digestibility. You write such good reviews, Jacob. I need more everybody should go follow Jacob on Letterboxd. They're honestly really good companion pieces, but the movie is also beautiful. Oh, it's a companion piece to The Martian. Okay. I had no idea. I knew nothing. I really knew nothing about this movie besides the fact that it had been getting very mixed reviews from people. The sci-fi isn't as hard and down to earth as The Martian, but it's a really sweet and earnest story. I did hear that it's very sweet and kind of funny. Like it's sort of a little bit of both. Maybe I'll give it a try. I haven't seen The Martian though. Or Mars Needs Moms. I need to see more alien movies. I have seen Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius from the year 2001. Double feature, A Talking Cat versus Cats the Musical? That's even more cursed. I'd honestly rather watch Megan is Missing again than have to watch Cats the Musical. Megan is Missing, I haven't thought about that in forever. I feel like recently I saw a video essay about Megan is Missing, and they were just like, but they didn't seem to think that the movie was bad, but I just remember watching it with my friends and being like, so this movie is obviously this guy's like fetish, right? This dude's like really, I don't know. And I thought the writing wasn't even good. It's just, I don't know why we chose to watch both of those movies in the same night. What compelled us? We were probably children at the time, is my best explanation. Okay, it was the same author of the books. He also wrote a book called Artemis, which I've heard is not nearly as good. The Artemis Fowl? Did he write the Artemis Fowl? I never read those books, but I remember they were really, really popular when I was like a preteen and a teen. But I don't think they were supposed to be very... What were the Artemis Fowl books about? Did anybody read those books here in chat? Who here read the Artemis Fowl? Just curious. Those were books, right? That wasn't something I dreamt. Like, those were real books, the Artemis Fowl. What were they about? Were they compelling? Did they ever get a movie? I feel like they never made a movie of the Artemis Fowl. Was it about a chicken? Tell me about the Artemis Fowl. The Martian and Project Hail Mary aren't related other than Andy Weir writing both books. The book and the movie for Project Hail Mary make really good companion pieces to each other. Aww. This is very interesting. As somebody now who's like reading, who's starting to get into like a specific author in their series. Like I'm reading Heaven Official's Blessing right now, and I feel very compelled to read The Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation 2, now that I finished the Dongwa. I finished the Dongwa last night, by the way. Tears in my eyes. Very beautiful. Highly recommend you guys watch. But, but they're both by the same author. And it's just, like, it's cool, like, getting into an author and reading all of their books and, like, learning their writing style. We should watch The Brave Little Toaster for some collective crying. That was one of my favorite movies as a kid. I used to watch The Brave Little Toaster all the time as a child. Brave Little Toaster mentioned that, and that probably explains why I'm so fucked up now. No, but I mean, like, looking back, there were some really disturbing scenes in that movie. Some of the character designs were genuinely really unsettling. Like, hang on. Let me look this up. Toaster. Brave Little Toaster scary. Yeah, there was some creepy critters in this movie. I'm telling you. Like, look at that. Look at that clown. Look at this guy. I loved this movie as a child, and I don't like. Look at these things. Look at the train. Look how scary the train is. This guy's getting electrocuted. The clown has a hose! I loved this movie so much, and it wasn't until I got older that I'm just like, wait, there were some really genuinely unsettling scenes in this, but I would like beg my mom to let me watch it all the time as a kid. And there was even like a brief 1 or 2 week period where I wanted my friends to call me Toaster. Because I loved The Brave Little Toaster. And welcome, XJ. Welcome. What in the Who Framed Roger Rabbit is this? It's The Brave Little Toaster. It's a movie about a toaster and his little appliance friends having to save their friend, their human friend who goes missing. Very popular movie of my childhood. Although I don't know what year it was made. I think it was made like a while before I was born, though. I don't remember. I don't know. I read those books, fun YA books about a criminal boy genius stealing gold from a fae. Ooh! And then there was a movie and it sucked. Oh, there was a movie. Well, I guess that's why I'd never heard about the movie. It was so bad that nobody talks about it anymore. But a YA series about a criminal boy stealing gold from a fae actually sounds really interesting, because stealing gold from a fae comes with a lot of very deadly consequences. After playing D&D for a while, I've come to realize you don't fuck with a fae and get away with it. That kid probably got the shit beaten out of him, like every single book. Wow. Were there multiple Artemis Fowls, or was there only one? Oh, it sounds like there were multiple. The Artemis Fowl books were decent. General YA, super genius kid getting involved in fae stuff. The fairies were all way more advanced than humans. Sounds about right. Fae are so scary. Anytime I see a little ring of mushrooms, I'm just like, don't step in that thing. You won't come out. You won't come out. And Perpetual Panda, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Thank you so much for the tier 1 resub at 38 months. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it so much. Welcome on in. Hello. I think they are about a boy genius and how God is dead. Wait, how did we go from boy genius stealing candy from a baby, gold from a fairy, to God is dead? I don't know, kid series were really like weird and hardcore back then. Like the Animorphs. I remember the Animorphs were supposed to be really weird and messed up. I was talking with my friends about the Warrior series. Like I've told you guys on multiple occasions that my beginnings of fandom were on Warrior Cats roleplay forums. And I read so many Warrior Cats books as a kid. I read a lot as a child, and I read like at least 30 Warrior Cats books. They might still even be making them for all I know. But, those were fucked up too. They were like cat turf wars. They would like piss on each other and kill each other. Really hardcore shit for kids to be reading. Do they still make books like that for kids? Or do kids not read anymore? I didn't read them, but I think he was like a spoiled, evil rich kid who solved mysteries with fairies or something. And there was a movie, but it got terrible reviews. I don't know. I was an Animorphs kid. So were the Animorphs books also fucked up? I heard that they were also like, they handled heavy themes like mental illness and, you know, health issues and, you know, mature stuff for children. The stuff that goes over the kids' heads. There was finally a movie after years of production hell, and it was, from what I hear, terrible. Was it a straight-to-DVD? The movie had gone through so much production hell that it had pretty much nothing to do with the source by the end. That's so sad when it happens. I don't know. Nowadays, I've been getting really into source material. Like trying to read more books or read more manga. Just like read it right from the source, so I know how, like, because I now I want to consume stories in the ways that they were meant to be told, you know. And it's been nice reading. Speaking of which, did a manga end today or something? I've been seeing all this buzz online about like a manga ending. Was it Chainsaw Man? Did Chainsaw Man just end? I feel like I saw a big manga just ended recently. Modern children media doesn't scare the poop out of kids enough anymore. No, it doesn't. Now they want plushies of the fucking modern media. You try to make something to scare children, and then it just becomes like another fucking conglomerate, like Five Nights at Freddy's or Poopy Playtime. But it's because I think it's because they're like trying to make things to scare kids, and not like making things where the intention isn't to scare them, but it just kind of does due to the way that it's drawn. You know, because The Brave Little Toaster wasn't meant to be like a scary, creepy, unsettling movie. It was meant to be a fun, swashbuckling adventure that was like heartwarming and had music and stuff. But they just drew a lot of the characters really creepy. And that's what they need to start doing again. Lilith, I'm gonna tell you what my ex-girlfriend told me when I showed her The Brave Little Toaster and said I was raised on it. She told me, this explains a lot about you. The thing is, I don't even remember much from the movie. I just like, I saw the GIFs and the stills again, and I went, wait, that was the movie that I watched as a kid? That was the movie that I used to beg my mom to like, to put on like every single day? I didn't remember that. I remembered it being like a sweet, fun movie where with like some songs and stuff. I didn't remember all the messed up stuff. I don't know what that says about me. Maybe I tried to repress it. Maybe it did scare me as a kid, but like I still wanted to watch it all the time. I don't know. The Brave Little Toaster was one of those, how the hell did this get made animated movies? Actually though, but I don't, my parents raised me on like the weird stuff. I don't know. Like I didn't really watch a lot of the princess movies growing up or read a lot of the typical like kid books or all that. They showed us a lot of just like, you know, weird kind of quirkier things. Like we read the Stinky Cheese Man a lot. That was a very popular book in our household. And The Brave Little Toaster was another one. We watched The Yellow Submarine a lot. I don't know, just like, oh, The Point. I love that movie. Those are the movies I grew up on. There were quite a few Artemis Fowl books. I only really remember the first book though. The rest were kind of meh. Ain't that how it always goes? Oh, the Animorphs got crazy. There was a lot about how war is hell and ethics of torturing POWs and whatnot. Yeah, no, I feel like I remember somebody saying there was a lot of war in the Animorphs books. I was editing a Q&A for work, and the animation director for Hell of a Boss name dropped a Warrior Cats AMV. Oh god, as direct visual inspiration for one of the songs. That makes so much sense though. Fucking Warrior Cats AMVs with emo music inspiring Hell of a Boss. Like it's... That just makes so much sense. The video was sourced by my other client like 14 years ago. Oh god. That's hilarious, but it also makes me feel really old. Wow. Sheesh. Ah, do they even still make Warrior Cats books? Wow. Shout out to the Warrior Cats books. Shout out to Erin Hunter, who was just like 3 different ladies. I heard Chainsaw Man ended. Okay, it was Chainsaw Man ended. Did anybody keep up with the entire manga? What did you guys think of the ending? You don't have to spoil it. Although I'm probably not gonna read it. But did you guys like it? Chainsaw Man just ended. Read the last chapter. Fujimoto is a goddamn troll. Okay. Alright, that doesn't sound like you liked it all that much then. The ending is pretty much nothing happened. Denji's life still sucks. The end. Oh. That's sad. Listen, I'm all for one. I'm all for stories like not always having to have a happy ending, but there at least needs to be some sort of change that's happened where it's like even if the character's life hasn't really changed much, as long as they've gone through some sort of big change themselves, that can be enough for me. However, if it's just like, you know, nothing's changed at all, it's all still the same status quo as the beginning of the story, that's when I'm just like, all right, I don't care. Come on! What a waste! I feel like that's been happening with a lot of manga endings lately. Just people have been very disappointed with a lot of manga endings lately. Like, I remember not that long ago when My Hero Academia ended, everybody was really disappointed in that ending too, and it was kind of a similar nothing burger as well. That's disappointing. That's why I've been watching so much Dongwa lately. Although now, I don't know, I've come to the conclusion. Also, the other day when I was at Barnes & Noble, I saw a big old display for Nana. And there were all these really, really beautiful special editions of manga, of the Nana manga up on those shelves. And it got me thinking, I was like, I've been seeing this for years now, and I just haven't done it. But it's time. It's time for me to just fucking watch Nana already. It's time! I don't know, nothing new has been interesting me. I just, while I'm waiting for the new series of Dungeon Meshi, I'm just like, it was really fun watching Dongwa, and it made me miss watching anime a lot, but I'm just like, I just want to watch old anime right now. But if you guys have any other recommendations too, I need to also finish Frieren, I know, I've had so many people tell me it's time to finish Frieren, which means it's probably time. But what else should I watch? What else would be good? I don't know. Is Apothecary Diaries good? Because I'm still on my mythological Chinese cultivation kick. After watching Heaven Officials and then Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. But I don't know. Stinky Cheese Man mention. Let's go! You can't catch me. I'm the Stinky Cheese Man. I loved the Stinky Cheese Man. That was such a good book. So silly. That probably explains why I love The Wolf Among Us now. Just like anything that's like a weird, quirky kind of take on like fairy tales, I enjoy. What up, Bunny Ghost? Hello, Hades. Welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Hello. Welcome on in. Lilith, we gotta like cross-reference what we were raised on because our parents are apparently freaks. I've kind of accepted that by now. Like once I kind of accepted that I was probably raised quite untraditionally after seeing a lot of discourse online about people bringing their kids to like Sabrina Carpenter concerts or like Chappell Roan concerts and being like, why would you even bring their kid there anyway? Don't you know what those people sing about? And then I think about it and I'm like, when I was 9, my parents took me to a Green Day concert. They didn't really care what we were listening to. I don't know. But yeah, we probably had similar situations where it was just like our parents didn't raise us on the traditional stuff, but they also didn't really censor us all that much. But hey, once again, we turned out just fine. Right? No screws loose here. Not gonna lie, I caught up on the Nothing Burger of My Hero Academia around season 3. Yeah, I kinda did too. Like, My Hero, I watched, like, the first 5 seasons of the anime, and it had some moments, for sure. Like, it definitely has its moments for me, where I'm just like, wow, you know, that was pretty cool. That was a really great moment. It was nice seeing this character go through this, or go through this big change. But the rest of the time, I was just pretty much like, okay, what are we doing? I'm so bored. Naruto, My Hero Academia, Rent a Girlfriend, and Chainsaw Man. Folks just can't stick the landing. It's so disappointing. And after so many years of just like hype and build up and like caring about characters, it's just it's always just a little bit rough when it's like, all right, what are we doing here? But I don't know. It is hard to figure out a good ending for a story that can satisfy everybody. And it's hard to figure out, like, I guess as a writer of, I mean, I've never written anything that's been incredibly popular, but I imagine writers that do write there's a lot of pressure and expectations built up about how your ending should go, and you want something that's going to please everybody, but you just know realistically that can't happen, and then you kind of just put yourself in this corner. I don't know. I feel like there can be a lot of factors as a writer to, like, what can make an ending be so difficult to, like, land correctly, you know? I'm currently watching possibly The Greatest Alchemist of All Time. Is that a current season anime? Is that one any good? I'm guessing that has no relation to Full Metal Alchemist. And welcome, Silverwing. Welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Raven of the Inner Palace might be a fun watch. Ancient China inspired. Ooh, that sounds interesting. That sounds interesting. I definitely want something with a good plot and good character. Something maybe more character driven, I guess. I always like a good character driven story. I mean, the plot still needs to be, like, you know, intriguing to some degree. But I definitely really like character driven stories, which is why I like Heaven Official's Blessing so much. Apothecary Diaries has gorgeous art and what I'd say is an above average story. I kind of ruined it for myself by reading the books, which I feel had very weak pacing. Is it a manga or is it a light novel? I'm guessing it's a light novel. But above average is better than just average. I remember you crashing out about My Hero Academia at one point in season 4 or something, and you were like, nothing's happening, I'm bored, do my nails or something. I think I remember that. I think I remember saying that in a video, and I think I pissed off a few people, but... oh well! Like I care! Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I think there was a point in season 4. It was maybe after the Overhaul arc, or what was his name? The guy with the fucking, with the bird mask, the witch doctor mask, you know? Who could, like, steal quirks and shit. Or whatever his name was. Like, he after his arc, I got really bored. There was just a whole lot of nothing for a while. Freerun is on hiatus, so there's no progress there. Okay, well, at least that gives me time to catch up. Started reading Warhammer 40k books, and it's funny how overly serious some are. Probably the really lore-heavy ones, for sure. Like, it's like, a lot of these super lore-heavy books, I have to, sometimes I have to have, like, a pencil and paper or something, just so I can, like, annotate. And it also takes me a while to read a couple of pages, just because I'm like, I have to reread sentences and be like, wait a second, how are these people related? Or how is this incident related to this? It's kind of fun, though. It's like you're building your own map. SAO and the One Punch Man creator passed away, which is so sad. Really? Wait, the One Punch Man creator passed away? One? Really? Wait, did one pass away? When did that happen? Wait, I didn't hear anything about that. Oh my god. Wait, hang on. Oh shit. Oh, okay, it says the original creator is still alive. Oh, to the animation team. Okay, that's still really, really sad. Oh, I see. Sorry, I got confused there. That's still really horrible. Oh. Oh man, rest in peace. That's so sad. Light novel. At the very least, Apothecary is worth watching season 1. The animation looks really pretty. And now that I'm reading light novels, maybe I'll give that a chance. Although if you said that the pacing isn't all that great, then maybe I won't. Also, welcome Fluffy. Welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Hello. Hello, hello. Witch Hat Atelier is starting soon, and I've heard that that's one to keep an eye on. Apparently the manga's great. Oh! One of my friends is a big fan of Witch Hat Atelier. I know that she'd been following that for a while, and she told me that I should watch that when the anime comes out. And she's pretty tough when it comes to anime. She's tough to impress. So that's how I know it has to be good. Dress Up Darling ended, and I felt very satisfied with it. I wouldn't say it was a fantastic ending, but I did like it. I tried Dress Up Darling a long time ago. I watched the first couple of episodes, and like it's really beautiful. Like the animation is really, really beautiful, and I like the characters. But does it stay that fan servicey throughout the whole thing? I don't know. There were a few too many moments in the early episodes that kind of had me scratching my head a little bit. Maybe it's just not for me. Like I think it's I like the you know, the idea, the plot. I love, you know, that the main character is like a girl who's like really unashamed in her interests and is nerdy and loves to cosplay. But I'm not sure. Maybe it just wasn't one for me. I also love that Amelie voices her. But I'm not sure. Maybe I'll try to get back to it though. Everybody seems to really love it, and Marin always has a lot of really beautiful anime figures too. Oh, it stays pretty fan servicey. Yeah, I figured as much. Overhaul, you retain some stuff. Yeah, no, I mean, I do remember a lot of the important plot points of My Hero. I don't remember during the bits where nothing was happening, which seemed to be quite often. My Dress Up Darling has 2 seasons and soon a 3rd, and it's pretty good. Maybe I'll try to get back to it. Maybe. I do want to try Witch Hat Atelier soon. Everybody is saying that it's a Lilith series, that it's like very Lilith coded. So I'll give that one a try for sure. I'll put that one down on the watch list. And now that I've finished all my Donghua, I can make room for anime again. The director of, oh, okay, yeah, it was the director of SAO One Punch Man. Okay, still really, really upsetting to hear. The problem I had with the Apothecary light novel is that you can tell it was heavily serialized at some point, or if it wasn't, it felt like it was, so each chapter feels kind of disconnected from the next. That's kind of a similar thing that it shares with a lot of fantasy titles. Is a lot of fantasy titles, at least like independently published ones, kind of have the same thing, where they get sort of serialized, and sometimes the chapters feel a little bit disconnected and almost sort of feels like episodic in a way. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, I guess. It's just, you know, might not be for everybody. Reincarnated as a Slime is getting another season and a movie this year. How many movies does that have at this point? I started Slime a long time ago, and then I got kind of bored with that one after a bit. They started introducing too many characters into Slime for me. Like, I thought Slime started out really interesting, and then after a while I was like, alright, now there are way too many characters for me to keep track of. So I kinda had to stop. I enjoy it, but I had to imagine that they're college students because of the fan service and focused a lot more on the cosplay. That's the thing for me, it's just like, it's the fact that they're in high school and there's so much fan service. And I just, like, the older I get, the more and more I just feel disconnected from those types of stories. But yeah, maybe I'll do the same thing, where I'll just be like, I'll just pretend that they're in college. I think Slime has 3 movies or something crazy. 3 movies by now? When did the anime come out? It came out in 2018, right? So yeah, it's been out for a bit. So I guess 3 movies isn't too surprising at this point, for an anime at least. Okay, it's 2 movies. All right, this is gonna be the 2nd movie. Still a lot. Still quite a lot. And the movies are original stories. All right. The thing is, with isekai, a lot of isekai, interestingly enough, are adapted from light novels. I mean, there are a lot that are adapted from manga, but a lot of the really popular ones are adapted from light novels, actually. Like Re:Zero is adapted from a light novel, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, a lot of other isekai are. I know a lot of the other popular ones are. I think isekai is like a pretty popular like book genre, you know. The Eminence in the Shadow is getting a movie this year. I've never even heard of that one. That's an anime I never even heard of. They're coming up with new animes every day. I've been told that they're written in a way that makes sense for high school kids, but also anime has a just trust me bro cope problem. You know what I was realizing? You know what? One thing I was realizing when I was watching Donghua. When I was watching my Donghua, I was watching Heaven Official's Blessing, and one thing that I really kind of appreciated about these Donghua over a lot of anime is that I felt like the Donghua trusted the audience a little more. I don't know, this might be kind of a hot take, but and hello, Craig's Critique, welcome. Hello. What up, buns? What are we yapping about? We're yapping about anime right now. We're yapping about anime, yee! But I feel like a lot of one issue I have with a lot of anime is kind of the, and this is due to you know, being adapted from manga and such, is them the explanation of literally everything. And very, very reliance on visual cues. Like I was a film student, and so I really like it when we have visual cues and when a story can trust that its audience is smart enough to pick up on things on its own. So it's like, the example that I always like to use is I get frustrated if I'm watching an anime and a character is in a room and they see a hammer on a table and it shows a shot of that hammer. The character in anime, without fail, is always gonna go, a hammer? Yes, we see the hammer. You do not need to establish that that is a hammer. We can see it. We know. And you can just have the character look at the hammer, walk up to it, and pick it up. I get in a manga maybe why you would do that, but in anime, I don't know. And I feel like, and there's just so many anime where it's just so much like talking, explaining things, exposition dumps. Whereas I feel like in a lot of Donghua, like, there was more trust that the audience could see things, you know? It's like, and I guess it has its own issues where it's like, you know, there's a lot of exposition dumps about lore and such. But that's already in the books. Not every anime suffers this issue, of course. Like, there's a lot of anime that does trust that its audience, like, knows what it's watching. Maybe it's also more just like a kind of modern thing because, I don't know, there's the thing where people say that a lot of Netflix series are created now to over-explain everything because they trust that their audience is looking at their phones while it's on, that they're not actually actively watching. They're just kind of like have it on in the background while they're scrolling through their phones, so they need people to constantly explain what's going on so people aren't like getting lost. So maybe it's kind of a similar thing in anime, I don't know, but yeah, I get frustrated sometimes. But again, this isn't an issue in every single anime, you know? You should check out both the anime and the light novel for Secrets of Silent Witch. All these witch animes. What are you guys trying to tell me? Are you guys trying to call me a witch? You're all pointing at me right now and you're going, witch! I know that's what you're all doing. I know that's what you're all doing. And welcome, Udarabyte. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, a lot of anime have terrible exposition. So much telling instead of showing. Yeah, that's the problem. I get so frustrated with tell, not show. I I was really excited when I was watching Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, and there was a moment where like a bunch of characters are having this archery contest, and the main character wins the archery contest. And when they announce the winner and they say the name of the winner, he gets really excited. And in the foreground of the shot after they announce the winner, you see the stepbrother of that character at first look really excited because they think that they won the competition, but then they heard another name get called, and you see their smile just drop. And I'm like, that's great. That's great. Now we know that character is starting to get jealous of this other character. And nobody pointed out, hey, do you see that guy over there looks really jealous? Nobody said that. They just trusted that we can see it. And it was nice. About to finish reading the Spider Reincarnation Isekai light novel. It got an anime, but it's kind of had jank 3D animation, so it didn't get a good reception, but I like the characters. So many... that's one issue I have with a lot of modern anime and animations right now, is there's so many, like, it'll be in the middle of looking, you know, just like traditionally animated, and then boom, you'll see a weird CG bird just fly by. It happens so often. It's always really jarring. Also, +1 to Silent Witch. All right, I'll write down Silent Witch as well. Somebody write this down in the Discord server so I don't forget. Silent Witch sounds fun. To Be Hero X is really good. Okay, I'll have to write down all of these. Same energy as when YouTubers play a full quote and then restate the quote after. I already heard it once, you don't gotta say it again. Speaking my language over here. That is also a pet peeve of mine. Anime will go on a 15-minute side tangent about examining the hammer, how hammers are made, and if it's a battle shonen, the last time they used a hammer to beat someone. Exactly, and that's my issue with any time a new anime comes out and they're just like, oh look, the badminton anime is coming out, or the rock climbing anime is coming out, or the anime about this one very specific thing is coming out, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna watch that, because all the anime is going to be is every episode it's just going to be 15-minute tangents about how this fucking badminton thing was made, and how this badminton rule works, and everything is it's always the same. And I just get so tired. I'm telling you, it's cute as heck. I would like something cute as heck. Definitely wouldn't mind something cute as heck right now. The wrong way to use healing magic is funny AF. So many recommendations. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you. Hold on now, not too much on the rock climbing and biking anime. There's some good ones. Sorry, so that was meant to be used more as just like just a general example. I didn't mean to actually call out those anime. I didn't even realize that there were rock climbing and biking animes actually. I'm sorry if the rock climbing and biking animes are good. If those are good, then I retract my statement. I swear to God, I didn't actually know that there was a rock climbing anime. I'm not surprised that there's a rock climbing anime. LOL, yeah, I got you, just joshing. What? You tricked me! Is there actually a rock climbing anime now? Now I need to know. There is a fucking rock climbing anime. There was a rock climbing anime made in 2020 called Sport Climbing Girls. Damn it. And I'll bet you there's a biking anime too. We should play a game where it's like name a random thing followed up by anime and see if there's actually an anime. Yup, Yowamushi Pedal is the most popular of the biking anime. There's multiple biking animes. Multiple animes about bikes, wow. I didn't realize biking was so popular in Japan. Well, I guess it's popular in a lot of places, so that makes sense. Wait, and there's 2 rock climbing animes? But is there an anime about dying and reincarnating about a rock that people climb? There should be an anime about a guy that gets reincarnated as a rock that people climb, but then one guy accidentally makes the rock like crumble and fall, and then the rock falls to the ground and they have to figure out how to get back on their mountain so people can climb up them again. That would be a great plot of an anime. My friends, I had some friends last year who like had recently gotten really into anime. Like they had just gotten really into anime, but they would be texting me just about like some of the craziest, sometimes most dog shit ones imaginable. They'd be like, hey, Lilith, are you watching the vending machine anime right now? And I'm like, you just got really into anime and that's what you're watching? That's what you're watching? I guess that would make you a true weeaboo in a way. No, I'm not watching the vending machine anime. Although they said they liked the vending machine anime. There's like 3 or 4 biking anime. I feel like for any sport, there's gonna be multiple different anime about them. I will say an exception. I do like Yuru Camp. The camping anime is very cute. I like the camping anime a lot. But that one, it's probably meant to be more of an advert for Japanese tourism, but that's fine. It's the shots are pretty and the food always looks good and the girls are adorable. It's just a nice, cozy anime to watch after a long day. Sport climbing girls, what a name. I know, I'm just like, out of anything you guys could have named it, sport climbing girls. Reincarnated as the rock climbing wall at my local gym. Ugh, I would feel bad for that poor rock. You get some sweaty hands touching you all day. No thank you. Okay, the vending machine anime wasn't terrible from the outset. Yeah, I actually heard the vending machine anime wasn't the worst one. Just a very silly concept. Reincarnated as the concept of reincarnation. Now that would be an anime that I would check out. That one might be kind of interesting. If anything, the vending machine anime fell victim of being boring. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you hear these concepts and you think that's gonna be hilarious. Think of all the possibilities of different hijinks that a vending machine could get into. And then it just becomes like another basic fantasy story. And it doesn't utilize the powers of a vending machine at all. What even are the powers of a vending machine? Like, what does the vending machine do to like hunt slimes and shit? Does it just like shoot bags of chips out of it to like hit people in the head with? They got an anime where girls battle with their butts. Oh, I know about that one. Trust me, I'm well aware of the anime where the girls battle each other with their butts. I don't remember what that one's called, but I know that it exists. I remember somebody showing me a clip from that anime a long time ago, and I was like, I have no time for this. This degeneracy! Get me out of here, you gooners! Keijo! Yup, that was what it was called. Keijo. And welcome, Marcus Wellner. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. The Chainsaw Man manga is actually over now. Holy shit. Yeah, we were just talking about how it just ended. We just ended, and everybody was saying Fujimoto is a troll. But still, how long was Chainsaw Man even going on? Gotta be battle butts, surely. Yeah, it shouldn't be called Keijo. The anime should just be called Battle Butts. If we have an anime called Sports Climbing Girls, why can't we get something as like, you know, matter of fact and straightforward as Battle Butts? It was probably Kurt. Yeah, it was probably. 90% chance. When people tell me about these random anime, I'm genuinely not surprised anymore. No, I mean, there's just so many fucking anime out there. So many, and so many new ones come out every season that it just like, I don't know. It doesn't surprise me anymore when I hear about these crazy highfalutin plots. He has a girl carry him around and he changes to different vending machines to help defeat a monster demon lord minion. That's what I'm talking about. It's always like, okay, I was reincarnated as this silly goofy thing, and but they always have to be reincarnated into a fucking boring ass high fantasy world where they have to defeat another demon king. How original. Why can't they get reincarnated into, like, I don't know, a steampunk world, or like a computer world, or a world where everybody's cheese, you know? Give me something different. Do my nails. Do my eyebrow. I don't know. Something different. I have so many DGen anime buried in my mind palace, you don't want to know what's in there. That's okay. You know that I can handle it. Reincarnated as a sword is getting another anime. I think I might skip. What are we doing here? Chainsaw Man was 232 chapters. That is nothing to sneeze at. That's a lot of chapters for sure. I love high fantasy, but the isekai genre is full of musty garbage. I agree. I agree. It's like, and yeah, that's the thing. It's like, if you're gonna keep putting your character, if you're gonna keep isekaiing them into a high fantasy world, do something different. Like, do something new and kind of original with it. Why is the end goal always to defeat some demon lord? Why can it never be to, like, I don't know, regulate an altar or something, you know? Free a fucking fairy god from an ancient prison, like something like that. Every time it always has to be, all right, you gotta go defeat the demon king now. Okay. Or better yet, isekai them into a high fantasy world where everybody just so happens to be a piece of cheese. Why can't it be both? I like the sword isekai, cute cat girl, daughter MC. All right, well, you pulled me back in with the cute cat girl MC. I'm not gonna lie there. Reincarnated as Pepperjack in a cheese world. Reincarnated as a slice of Pepperjack where everybody is just mild cheese. Sharp Pepperjack. Good run for a shonen anime, for sure, for sure. If they keep going with the anime, then for sure. Steampunk, you think of when the Demon Lord reincarnated to a future of his world and he only ends up having one friend. Yeah, maybe Steampunk was a bad example. I don't know. I was trying to think of other examples. But yeah, 232 chapters is very great for a shonen series. But yes, anyway, I'll be right back, everybody. I am gonna go use the little Lilith's room, and when I come back, we are gonna play Leaf Green. That's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna play some Pokemon, as according to the title. So I will BRB. Everybody talk amongst yourself about, more anime. Hello. All right. It looks like it's connected. It looks like it's connected. Hang on. Okay. Okay. It looks like the Switch has connected. I was definitely dealing with some scuff before this. I was dealing with some scuff before this. It took, ever since getting my new PC, I was like, oh, I haven't played a Switch game on here yet. And I was trying to figure out how to connect my Switch to the PC again. I have a Shadowcast. Also, let me change the category real quick. Pokemon, Leaf, Green. Yeah. Uh-oh, okay. We'll update that another time. But yeah, yeah, I needed to figure out how to reconnect it. And I couldn't find the Genki Shadowcast app anywhere, so I had to find like an old download for it. But I managed to get it up, and it sounds like the sound is working and everything's working, if you guys can see and hear. Yeah, boo system updates. I haven't opened up my Switch in like a month or two, which is probably why it needs to update. But we can do that another time. I don't want to waste time today. I've been getting some serious Pokemon FOMO because I don't have Pokopia or Switch 2. And there's just been all these like Pokemon announcements lately that have been super cool. Like I saw Pokemon Champions. What is that supposed to be? Is that supposed to be like what was that game called? Pokemon Battle Revolution? I remember I had that game when I was a kid, Pokemon Battle Revolution. But yeah, so I don't have Pokopia, and I can't play Pokemon, what's it called? No, wait. I can't play fucking Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. I can't play Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness because that's only for Switch 2 as well. So this is what we're gonna play. But what do we want to do? I mean, because I still have the idea with Libra to do a Soul Link. But I don't know when that's gonna be. So in the meantime, I'm just like, but I still want to play. But I'm gonna do Fire Red with Libra for the Soul Link, and for this, we're just gonna do Leaf Green. So wait, what do we want to do? Do we just want to do regular vanilla Pokemon? Do we want a Nuzlocke? What do we want to do? What do we want to create? Some other fun new rules? How's it gonna go this time? I knew I want to play this today, but I didn't know if I wanted to do Nuzlocke or just regular. Normal stress-free run? We've never done that before, actually. We've never done a normal stress-free vanilla Pokemon run. Shinies only! Blauvin! Give me the mod first! We could do that. We can try and shiny hunt a little bit. What if we just run into one randomly? How sick would that be? Someone get this woman Pokopia. Please! No, I mean, I'm thinking... My birthday is in, less than 2 months, yikes. But it's coming up somewhat soon, so I'm thinking maybe around my birthday of getting a Switch 2, so I can finally play all these games. Because I also playing Kirby Air Ride the other day was really fun. The manga industry is controlled by a small number of publications, and they know their audience loves slop, so they deliver slop. Indeed, just to make a quick buck. Speaking of Pokemon, Ash isn't even the main character for Pokemon World. It's Red, I'll Die on This Hill. I guess they are technically different characters. Okay, hear me out. An isekai anime where the character is reincarnated into a high fantasy world where everyone who lives there is also a person who was reincarnated into the world. Wait, that would be great because there would be so many fights among all of them. There would be so much drama because all of these people would be like, I got isekai'd and reincarnated into this new world. So that obviously means that I'm the chosen one. And then somebody else is gonna come and be like, no, I'm the chosen one because I got isekai'd into this world. And then it would just be this huge battle of who's the main character, and there would be so much drama, and it would be great. Whole high fantasy isekai full of people run over by a truck. Yeah, and then there's just that one guy in the corner that's like, how did we all get run over by semis? How did this happen to all of us? They made a rat for Truck-kun. A rule of the world is that you are physically incapable of saying where you came from. If you try to do that, then the system makes you explode. Ditto on the FOMO. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. But yes, somebody get me Pokopia. Me want to do Pokopia. You need to be every trainer with the last trainer's party. Jesus Christ. That's gonna be a lot of Caterpies in the beginning. Go to grind a Pokemon to their max evolution as soon as you catch it. We're gonna be doing a lot of grinding. But if you ever lose, you must completely reset. I was thinking maybe one rule could be like if we get a full party wipeout, then we have to start like a completely new party. We could do that. Like we have to start a completely new party either with whatever is in our PC or just like with completely new Pokemon that we haven't used yet. Like that could be kind of interesting. That could be a kind of a fun addition to raise the stakes a little bit. In the world which you're about to enter, you will embark on a grand adventure with you as the hero. Speak to people. Yeah, this ain't my first rodeo. I know what I'm fucking doing. I know what I'm fucking doing. Hello, Professor Schmoke. Nice to schmeet you. Nice to schmeet your meet you. I mean, nice to meet you. Shwee! Yeah, we know how this goes. Is inhabited far and wide by creatures called Pokemon. For some people, Pokemon are pets. Others use them for battling. As for myself, I study Pokemon as a profession. Reverse Nuzlocke. Other than your starter, you can only use the Pokemon who were knocked out. Ooh. You can only use your Pokemon who are knocked out. Wait, so you'd catch all your Pokemon, they would be knocked out, but then you have to use only those for the rest of the game? Interesting. Okay. Me disaster. Okay, my name... Willwib. I think in this game, everybody has their names fully capitalized, so I want to fit in. I want them to shout whenever they say my name. Lilith! Yes. This is my grandson. He's been your rival since you were both babies. All right, everybody. What are we naming him? What's his name? Poopy Stink? Bun? What? Dump Face. Will that fit? Will that fit? Do not schmeet the oak schmeet. Why not? You can catch whatever, but you can only use it if you previously knocked out a Poke of that type. Oh! Okay, like if I knocked out an enemy's Pokemon. Chorpy, Rival Chat, Butts, Dumpy, Dumpface. Why do so many of these names have butt themes? Schmelvin. Oh god, Dumbass. I can't fit Dumbass. They know if I'm gonna curse. Gotta unlock them first. I don't know. You guys have given me so many names. What do I pick? I'm gonna name him... Chawarp. Chawarp! Spoot! Tingo! Wait, Spoot. Okay, we're naming our starter Spoot. We're naming our starter Spoot. Hold on to all these names, everybody. Hold on to all these names. Chat's gonna be naming the Pokemon too. But this is Chawarp. This will please Libra greatly. Was it Chawarp? Yeah, that's your own grandson. Chawarp. Chawarp! Lilib. Your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go! Oh, I haven't played this game in so long. My god. Oh, It's so interesting when you spend so many years playing like new Pokemon games and being so used to these huge open worlds and you know, different outfits you can change into and just all this craziness around you, and then to come back to something so simple and primitive. It's kind of nice. Although I feel like I'm gonna be like every other player, and I'm gonna keep forgetting that I have to go to the mart. I have to go to the mart to get items, and I don't just get everything at the Pokemon Center. Let's see, do I have a potion? I sure do. I sure do! Okay, hang on. I have to, for my own sanity, we gotta change the text speed. Also, wait, we gotta change our themage, too. Ooh, yeah. Wait, no. Actually... Lilith colored. No. Hang on. I don't like that orange rim. That's ugly. Ew. We're going with the pink. I like the pink. Okay. That's better. Sorry. I love a theme. Speaking of huge, how do I get a house with a bedroom this big? This game was made in what, like 2002? You can't anymore! You know how things go! Apartment for you! Whichever Pokemon you pick as a starter decides the difficulty on the game. I mean, I'm always a Bulbasaur loyalist, but maybe we'll add some sort of gamification to picking out our starter. Damn, she got the official Famicom Nintendo Entertainment SNES from 1983.
Hello?
Hello? Hi, Mom. Right, all girls dream of traveling. It said so on TV. I mean, I dream of collecting items for my Oshikatsu lifestyle. But I guess lots of other girls dream of traveling. I don't really dream of much traveling because I like my bed too much. Did you actually remember to change your text speed? I did! I did! See, it's so fast now. Look at that. Better. It was before the Kanto housing crisis. Yeah, the Kanto housing crisis of 2008. Oh, the Wizard of Oz is on. Somebody's been cooking. Oh, thank you for the bunny stretch. Hang on. Oh yeah, let's start a poll. Let's get a poll going. Let's get a poll going for the starter. Chat picks the starter. This will be just like Twitch plays Pokemon. Lilith dreams of the Catboy Kingdom Discord channel. Yeah, I do. I dream of Catboy Kingdom Discord channel. I dream of Raphael becoming real. I dream of, I dream of birria tacos. You know what I've been dreaming about a lot lately? You know what I've been dreaming about a lot lately that's been really making me upset, though? Also, Colossal Nacho, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to Bunny Cult. Welcome, welcome. I've been dreaming about roaches lately. I don't know why. I'm like, it's not that season yet. I think I'm just paranoid because it's spring now and it's probably gonna come up soon. Polls up. Thank you. Technology. Yeah, I had a dream the other day about lots of big old roaches and it upset me. I hate when that happens. And the worst part is, these past few nights I've been like, boy, I sure hope I don't go to sleep dreaming about roaches. And then a couple nights ago I dreamt about roaches. Like, I actually went to sleep with that thought in my head. I went, oh boy, I sure hope I don't dream about cockroaches tonight. And then I think that I spoke it into existence. Oh yeah, well, I know what's gonna happen. He's not here. He's busy getting his schmeat smoked. But this twerp is here. I also picked Chwarp because it sounds like twerp, and he's a twerp. Beerios? Beerios. Getting his what? You heard me, Blurtus. He's getting his oak smoked. He getting his oak smoked. By the way, for the longest time, I have put this away and I have not picked it up for a very, very long time. Also, by the way, welcome on in. Happy Tuesday. I was working on a cross stitch, which is, like you, Gary, and the professor, like, in here with the Pokeballs. And on the bottom, it says, like, every adventure begins with a choice, or some bullshit like that. What did I do? What did I press? Okay, yeah, or some bullshit like that. But, I haven't picked it up in a while because I got preoccupied with other projects and stuff and things and yaoi. This is supposed to be mine, by the way. Spurtle Splod for life. Are we gonna start with a Spurtle? Are we gonna start with a Spurtle named Spoot? Was that what Jacob said earlier? His name is Spoot? Alright, where's his Schwarp? He's getting his schmeated. Kurt, you're in trouble. We're blaming you for things earlier. Yeah, was it you who showed me the fucking clip of the anime where the girls hit each other with the butts? I'm pretty sure it was you. My brother Chawarp is out at Grandpa's lab. Yeah, I know. I stole his lunch money earlier. Oh, Spurtle, Spibby won! Squirby won! Well, Spurble! Alright. I guess we're starting with Spurble. You guys all love the Squirtle Squad. It's unsafe! Pokemon are out in the wild grass. You need your own Pokemon for your protection. I know, come with me. Where'd he even come from? He was at the slots again. He was in Celadon City hitting the slots again. Grandpa's out gambling. Oh my god. Wait, here's the crazy thing that happened. Today, I was doing voices for an audiobook. I was doing voices for a book today. And, the character that I was voicing was a gacha game player. She was, like, yelling at a character about how she didn't pull the SSR that she wanted. And I was like, oh god, the writer of this book actually plays gacha games. I felt so called out. It was bad. Now that I'm a gacha player. Now I play 2 fucking gacha games. Gramps, I'm fed up with waiting. Chawarp, let me think. Oh, that's right. I told you to come. Just wait. Here, Lilith. Wait, Grandpa. There are Pokemon here. Haha! The Pokemon are held inside these Pokeballs. When I was young, I was a serious Pokemon trainer. But now in my old age, I only have these 3 left. What happened to the rest of them? Just curious. That's something I never thought about as a child. What happened to the rest of his Pokemon? Does anybody think that maybe Professor Oak is like, his brain's gotten a little fried over the years from being around all of this radiation? I don't know. He's reading his text again at this age that I am now. I'm like, I think he's going a little crazy. And welcome, Trickproof. Welcome, welcome. Hello. LOL, I wonder what that book is. I forgot what the title was, but I remember it was just like, I can't believe that I got cast to play a fucking gacha player. He is at the exit. He's fighting the dumb dog. The smart dog. Time to don those shades. Yeah, we should install the mod where Squirtle gets the glasses. You can have one. Go on, choose. I think Squirtle's the last one. Hey, Gramps, no fair. What about me? Be patient, Chawarp. You can have one too. Okay, I think Spibby is this. No, that's Charmander. No, is he? I just gotta see him. I just gotta see him before, because we've been so loyal to each other for so many years. You've been a great partner, Bulbasaur, but this time you must be bequeathed to my rival, Chawarp. We're picking the Spibby. We got the Squirtle. I love that Oak didn't remember his grandchild's name and asked you what his name was. I'm telling you, he spent too much time in radiation. They all died, especially the box full of Jinxes. No! Professor Oak is the villain of this game. Why do you think Ash set all of his Pokemon free other than his starter? Wait, so he just set them free into the world? He set them butter-free. He learned it from Oak. He learned it from Smoke. But why didn't he let these 3 go? Is it because they're so rare? Where'd he get them 3 Pokemon? Yeah, where'd he get these guys? I'm a Wartortle fan specifically. I like the Squirtle line. All right, what are we naming him? We're naming him Spoot, right? Spoot. Oh, I wanted a girl turtle. You know what? It's fine, though, that we got the water one because it's like Raphael. Raphael is from the water. But did you guys see Jenny Nicholson's new video, by the way? It's really good. But she was talking about this, like, Twilight knockoff film that she really likes. And the love interest in that was named Raphael. So hearing her say that a bunch of times made me do a double take. Gramps is showing Chawart favoritism. He's letting him pick the type advantage. He always does that! I hate when he does that. Take this one, please. Chawart received the Bulbasaur from Professor Oak. And yes, no, we'll cool it with the jokes. Don't worry. Wild Pokemon appears. Your Pokemon can battle it. With it at your side, you should be able to reach the next town. But first, we gotta babble. Damn it. Why couldn't I have the type advantage? What's wrong with Charmander? Why couldn't Bulbasaur have a little rest this time? He always worked so hard with me. Pushy as always. Lilith, you've never had a Pokemon battle before, have you? Pokemon battle was when trainers pit their Pokemon against each other. Yeah. I've been playing this for 8,000 years. Maybe I should have started with a Tail Whip to kind of lower the stats a little bit. But yeah, how do we... I do want to let you guys name all the Pokemon too. But I definitely want to establish some spicy little rules to kind of make things more exciting. I mean, these are definitely still going to be yappy streams because, you know, when you grind in Pokemon, that leaves a lot of room for yap time. Hit him with another Tail Whip. Because I don't want to give him the satisfaction. Not in the first battle. Absolutely not. A Girdle. Yeah, I wanted a Girdle. But it's alright. I love Spoot anyway. Spoot is still a Girdle in my mind. There we go. We beat our rival. They need to add more Pokemon games to Switch. It's kind of nice to, like, be able to play an old Pokemon game on stream that I can, like, get of legal means. Alright, now I gotta go home to get my shoes. But maybe what I should do is try to play with Pokemon that I've never... With Pokemon that I've never played with before, actually. Now, I did get Leaf Green for this playthrough because I do want to have a Ninetales on my team at the very least. So you know what? It's a good thing that we picked Squirtle, actually. It's a good thing that we picked Squirtle. Because, oh wait, we can't get the running shoes yet, right? We get them when we come back here, I think it was. Yeah. Yeah. I want a Ninetales, and I know that Leaf Green is where you get Vulpix. And Fire Red is where you get Growlithe. I almost got a weird sense of deja vu, but then I remembered it was because when I first started streaming, one of the first games that I played was Pokemon Infinite Fusion. Do you guys remember that? And it's basically this game, just like you're fusing Pokemon, and some of the dialogue is different. Squirtle. Oh yeah, do we want to max out... Do we want to get a A war turtle? Or not a war turtle, a Blastoise? Although, would a Blastoise even obey us? Or is that just with traded Pokemon? Bam, 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 bam. I'm glad that it's running well. I just remember the days of like emulating Pokemon games and then having to constantly restart them because they would like glitch out like crazy, and sometimes the sprites would look all spooky and like the Pokemon sprites would be like moving around all weird. With all these dangerous Pokemon around, why doesn't anybody lock their doors? Again, a different time. This was before the Kanto housing crisis. Now all you young whippersnappers who didn't grow up with the olden days of Pokemon like I did. Back in my day when you'd play these games, if you want to heal your Pokemon, you go here to the Pokemon Center. But if you want to buy some shit, you gotta go to a completely different location. A place that looks similar to the Pokemon Center, only the roof is blue. And the inside is blue. But the music is basically the same. But yeah, I hope that they add more games, because I really want to play XD Gale of Darkness on stream. I would die to be able to play that game. That was one of my favorite games as a kid. It was kind of like, I don't know, I played so much GameCube as a child. I loved me some GameCube back then. So, and my favorite games were probably Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, Pokemon Channel, and Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. So I could play Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door now, but I can't play XD Gale of Darkness. But at those games, I just like played over and over. I just like wouldn't get any new games. I would play them over and over again. And welcome, Robonyan. Welcome, welcome. Crisis Pokemon World is like a utopia in many ways. I mean, in some ways, but then in other ways, there are bug Pokemon that are like 3 or 4 feet tall, and they'll chase after you and kill you. And that's a little terrifying to me. I swear I heard the phrase, the straightest Pokemon. What would that be? That's a good question. I could tell you ones who wouldn't be the straightest Pokemon. There's many an answer for that. Probably ones who wouldn't be the straightest. Roserade, Jinx, Primarina. All the fab ones. Oh, right. Sorry, drunk uncle. We can't go through here yet. Lilith, if you were a boy for 24 hours, what are you going to do? I'm gonna stare in a mirror and admire how cute I am. That's what I'm gonna do. That's probably the only thing I would do, to be honest. Is that vain? I don't care! And welcome, Elite Squid. Welcome, welcome. What about Pokemon Box and its riveting gameplay? What's Pokemon Box? Was that also for the GameCube? I had Pokemon Battle Revolution for Wii, but that one wasn't as exciting. And I had Pokemon Coliseum, which was also fun, but I think I liked XD Gale of Darkness a little more. But it was cool. It was just like you were this fucking kid who infiltrated all these evil bases, and there were all these double battles, and ooh, yeah. It was fun. And thank you for the hydrate. My throat has been very parched today, so all these hydrates are much appreciated. Yeah, at least Pokemon bugs are more cute in the real than the ones in the real world. You say that? Here's the thing. You say that, but did you play Pokemon Legends ZA and have to face against that giant fucking Beedrill? That was not cute. That was terrifying. I was screaming during that battle. I was so scared. It kept chasing me. It wasn't even chasing after my Pokemon. It was chasing me. Me, the human. I didn't like that. Lilith, a lot of other girl VTubers I've asked this said helicopter it. Oh, ha ha ha. Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's what everybody says. But I just wanna, I'm too busy looking at my pretty face. I'm too busy looking at my cute pretty boy face to care about that. Geodude seems pretty straight. It even has dude in the name. I don't know. I could see Geodude as a muscle daddy personally. Lilith as a boy would obviously go to the baths with Raphael. Yeah, I would ask Raphael if we could go to the baths and the sauna together. For completely, you know, innocent reasons. Oh, if I was a boy for a day, I would cosplay as Raphael. Maybe. As long as I was a little taller. I cosplay as Raphael even as I am now. Maybe. I have his cardigan now. Pokemon Stadium was good. Pokemon Stadium was fun. I didn't have Pokemon Stadium because I didn't have an N64. But, I did have the GameCube, though. And I know that they used a lot of the models from Pokemon Stadium for Coliseum and Gale of Darkness. What do you want, Chawarp? Finally, it's about time I got my machine. Come see the machine. Give me the machine. Thank you for the machine. Pokemon Box. It was GameCube, but exclusive to Pokemon Centers, the store in IRL, New York. It was like boxes to hold 3,000 plus more Pokemon. Requires the GBA to GameCube link cable. I did have the link cable. I loved back when Fire Red and Leaf Green initially came out, they had these like little adapter things that you could attach to your Game Boy Advance, and you would use those, and you would like connect them with your friends. And I have so many memories on the playground of like using those things with my friends. They didn't always work very well, but when they did, it was really cool. It was kind of ugly looking though. Yeah, the wireless adapter, that's what it was called. I'm probably dating myself by talking about this. But, yeah. Don't worry, Professor. Don't worry, Professor Schmoke. We'll achieve your dream for ya. Yeah. He's gonna tell his sister not to give us the map, but she's gonna give us one anyway, because she hates her stupid, stinky older brother. And she's gonna give us some running shoes, too, I hope. I did go to that Pokemon Center a lot, though, when I was younger. I missed that store. Now it's just Nintendo World, and it's kind of lame. They don't really have a lot of stuff there. For at least, like, Pokemon stuff. They have some cute, like, Ditto plushies now. Like, Ditto in, like, different Pokemon forms, probably for Pokopia. Where do we get those damn running shoes again? I don't remember where. I'm sure we'll get them eventually. Beedrill is the bee's knees. I like bees, but that Beedrill was very, very scary. I did not like that bee. It took me a long time to calm that bee down. But yeah, anytime that Beedrill like ran up to me, I screamed while playing it. I was like, ah! Oh, I miss the wireless adapter. Great piece of technology. Like the Pokewalker. They don't release cool technology along with your Pokemon stuff anymore. Like, I remember, yeah, we got the wireless adapter for Fire Red and Leaf Green. When Pokemon Diamond and Pearl came out, you could get those cool Dialga and Palkia styluses. I had a Dialga one that was really sick. Alright, Rattata. You know what? You know what we're gonna do? You know who our first friend is gonna be? Since we're talking so much about Beedrill, I've never had a Beedrill on my team. Why don't we raise ourselves a Beedrill? We're gonna raise a scary old bee, and that's gonna be our next friend. God, Pokemon Stadium is such a visceral childhood memory. I can still remember the feeling of playing it at a friend's. It is very, yeah, it's a very nostalgic type of game. Like, I played it at Jen's house a couple months ago. We were playing a bunch of the mini games, and there was definitely a nostalgic feeling while playing it. Just kind of brings you back to, like, being in your best friend's basement during your school days. You're eating snacks. And all the shoes are, like, lined up in the corner of the room. I actually remember going to a kid's basement birthday party. Yup, it was always in a basement. And we were playing Pokemon Stadium, but it was kind of an odd choice to play with 20 loud kids. One of my best childhood memories was as a kid, one of my best friend's birthday parties was like a sleepover, and she had a bunch of girls over, and the whole night all the girls were like playing different games together, but me and her were just like glued to her Game Boy screen because she was playing Sapphire. And I had never seen anything like it. Because I was so used to, like, you know, yellow version and gold, and this game looked so shiny and new and cool. And I wanted to play. Was there anything up here? Or, oh yeah, there was. You get the running shoes from Professor Oak's aid on Route 3. Okay, immediately to the east of Pewter City. Thank you. It's been a while since I played this one. Pokewalker is great. The Pokemon Go accessory thingy was kind of a modern equivalent. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, because I have the special edition Let's Go Pikachu Switch. So, yeah. I have that little Pokeball thing. Yeah, that thing is cute. It wasn't the same as the Pokewalker, though. Yeah, the walker was more fun, and you can enjoy it standalone. It was also a pedometer, which was cool. And it felt more personal, because you felt like, you know, you had a little friend hanging out with you. There he is again. Bees! Bees! Not the bees! I saw a guy do a rental randomizer for Stadium. He was only allowed to use random Pokemon that the game provided, and it was chaos. Some of the rental Pokemon had the most mismatched moves. Wait, for Pokemon Stadium? So was it still only the Pokemon from the first couple of gens? Or, yo, wait, when did he get to be level 9? I should have trained up a little bit. Oh well. We're still gonna win. But were there more modern Pokemon, or was it only the first the first couple of generations? Dr. Bees! Is that what we're gonna name Beedrill? Dr. Bees? What I would give to hang out in someone's basement and do the Magikarp jump minigame from Pokemon Stadium right now. That's how I want to spend my Friday night. Oh my god, this fucking Pidgey. Alright, well, we didn't win. We're gonna go train up! Shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. It's only because I wasn't well trained enough. We're gonna get more Pokemon, then we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back. It's too early for this. Don't piss me off. We need to get our Beedrill first, and then we'll win. It's because we don't have our Beedrill. That's why. Alright, well, Drunk Uncle has had his coffee now, so... now we can get a Weedle. But we have to watch his tutorial first. But yeah, that does sound nice, just being able to chill in somebody's basement and watch them do Pokemon Stadium minigames. Simpler times! Pokemon Leaf Green currently has a severe lack of bees in play. I know. I don't hear any buzzing right now, and that's got me buzzing. Buzzing in anger! We'll see. Now he's about to have a bee. You want to share that? Oh, he didn't give me his bee. Alright, let's go catch ourselves a bee. What if we had a theme? What if our team had, like, a through line or something? The through line can't be bugs. I'm already vetoing that. But we do need a themage. Alright, let's catch a bug. I'm pretty sure we can find a Weedle here on this route. No, I don't want that. I could remember everything about this game, and I played it roughly 55 playthroughs each year when I was younger. Yeah, all these old Pokemon games I've just played through so many times, so a lot of this is just like muscle memory at this point. But every now and then there'll be something where, like Jen asked me, she was just like, how do I get from Lieutenant Surge to the next town? And it took me a minute to remember how you get there, because I remember it was like a really roundabout way. And I forgot about the cave you have to go through in order to get to Celadon. Just little things that slip past me, but for the most part, I remember. I can't reveal too much, but chat, let's take a minute to let Jacob know how amazingly talented he is. I mean, yeah, listen, we can just do that on a daily basis, I think. I think we can do that on a daily basis. Jacob is very amazingly talented. We don't even need a reason to bring that up. But yes, there is too much that we can't reveal, but yes, Jacob is extremely talented. Everybody go glaze Jacob right now. He's a cool guy. It was OG Stadium, so only Gen 1. I remember Dragonite only had 2 attack moves, Surf and Slam. Oh. That's rough, buddy. Come on. Are there no Weedles on this route? What's going on? What's going on? Frankie, what the hell's going on here? Give me Weedle, or give me death. I want a bee. I want a sexy, sexy bee. I don't know why I just said that. I remember, so back when I had a Tumblr account, there used to be this Tumblr page that I followed that was like Cartoon Crush Confessions or something like that, where it was people would anonymously submit their confessions of, like, you know, hear me outs for different cartoon characters. And there was one time, they would pretty much post everything. They would post everybody's inbox that they would send them, every DM with each cartoon crush on there. But then there was one post they made that wasn't a response to somebody's DM. It was just somebody going, it was just one of the admins for that Tumblr page went, okay, to this one user who's been really annoying, we get it. You want to fuck the Granny Queen from A Bug's Life. You've submitted it 8,000 times. Please stop. I hope that guy is having a good day. I don't know why I remember that. If y'all validate me enough, I'll post the actual cover in the server. Post it! Peer pressure! Post the cover! Yeah, y'all didn't know this. Jacob can sing. Jacob can sing. Isn't that neat? And he can sing real good, too. If this game's clock is working, you could get the glitch Pokemon. Missing? No? There! Weeble! I found one. Okay. Dr. B. Don't kill it. Don't kill it. Oh, it's got Poison Sting. Excellent day. Don't kill it. Alright. We're gonna get Dr. B! Shit! Oh yeah, another thing, back in my day, if a Pokemon got poisoned, you'd have to bring it back to the Pokemon Center before it dies. They didn't hold your hand back then, you know. I remember playing Pokemon Snap as a kid and then playing it as an adult and thinking, is this it? I remember it very differently. I didn't play Pokemon Snap as a kid. And so when I played it as an adult on stream that one time, I was just like, oh. What else? Dr. B! Ooh, no, not Dr. BFF. Dr. B. Dr. B. Uh-oh. It sure would be great if I had my running shoes. Okay, we're gonna train up Dr. B a little bit, and then we're gonna go get revenge. Revenge! Lady Weedle! Lady Dr. B! Lady B. Beyonce. No, Spoot! Poor Spoot. Hey, Jacob, you cool. I agree. Everybody tell Jacob be cool. Bees! Hear her outs, you say? Jacob, we get it. You want to fuck the granny queen from A Bug's Life. We all of us already knew this already. It's not a shock to anyone. It's really not a shock. Stranger things have been said. Okay, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna wait until Squirtle is level 10. And then we're gonna train up Dr. B in the Viridian Forest. Are we gonna hunt for a Pikachu in the forest? We could. We could. Oh, now one shows up. And this one is of higher level. Wow. Naturally, that would happen to me. Again, my bad luck. Has that bee ever been... That bee hasn't been to medical school. Damn it. We should have named it Barry. Fuck! How come none of you reminded me of the Bee movie before this? I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed in you all. I thought better. I thought better of my chat that somebody would bring up the Bee movie. That bee has not been to medical school, by the way. I'm mad at my younger self for not saving me any Pokemon Snap Blockbuster stickers. Yeah, I wish I had kept a lot more of those, like, old, like, vintage Pokemon collectibles, like stickers, figurines. I might still have a few of my really old Pokemon figurines somewhere. For a theme, how about all of your party Pokemon has to be different colors? Or is that too simple? No, wait, I like that. Different colors sounds good. We can have a colorful rainbow party. Let's see. So far, everybody is different colors. So we can't... That means that we can't get, we can't have another blue Pokemon. And we can't have another... Beedrill's gonna be yellow. So we can't have another yellow Pokemon. No yellow Pokemon. Actually, I'm gonna train up over here so we can be ready to defeat our rival. Oh, wait. No, I think he arrives before we can reach the grass. Never mind. Why not find a better Weedle? I'm already committed to this one. I'm not giving up on this Weedle now. So yeah, we'll have a very colorful looking team. Everybody should be different types too. Like no double typing. It has to get its BA first before it can apply to medical school. It has to get its BA. Its bachelor's. I love some of my older Pokemon toys, but I remember Ear Turtle's tail fell off, but I loved my Omastar toy. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, a lot of those little Pokemon figures since we were probably pretty rough with them as children. Like, I distinctly remember a lot of my Pikachu figures, the tail coming off, ears coming off. Whether it was because I was too rough with them or they were just of not great quality, I don't know. Ooh, Weedle on Weedle. Go, Dr. B! Die! That did nothing. Not to worry. We can switch on over to Spoot. I don't think I had Nomastar. I had a lot of different figures of different Pokemon, but I don't think Omastar was one of them. Did I have an Omanite? Maybe. Can't remember. I had a lot of Pokemon figures, though. I loved those things. I gave them lots of drama. Some of them were dating each other. They had lots of storylines. It was fun. Strapped Muffin Top, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to Buddy Cult. Welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to a cozy little vanilla Pokemon stream with some little extra rules here and there. Lilith is a one Weedle woman. Yeah, I'm a one Weedle kind of gal. Okay. More than one Weedle, that's a bit of a headache. It's like my rules with dating. I don't do more than one at a time. More than one at a time, that's just a headache. I can't. That's too much. I need my alone time, you know? I can't juggle that much. I can't juggle that many Weedles, okay? I'm one woman. One woman can only juggle so many Weedles. I was gonna suggest the theme is Oops All Route 1. So that means that would be our starter plus Pidgeot, Raticate, and anybody else? Are those the only Pokemon that would be on Route 1? Can you find Caterpie or Weedle on Route 1? I don't think you can. Maybe Caterpie? Alright, let's just start going through the forest. Battling some trainers. Weedle, 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 but. But the theme Roy G. Biv works too. Maybe don't use orange for variety. Yeah, we could do a Roy G. Biv kind of moment. So we could get a red Pokemon. We could get a green Pokemon. Alright, I'm not gonna do Caterpie because we already have a bug Pokemon, so I want them to be different types too. So I'm trying to think, maybe we could do Ninetales. We could do Vulpix and Ninetales for our like orangey red Pokemon. Do we want to get a Gengar? Wait, I can't. I'd have to do a trade. I could always do that off stream. Unless that counts as cheating. Because Gengar's purple. I'm trying to think of other different colors of Pokemon that we could go with. Do we want to do an Evolution? Because we could get an Eevee in this game as well. Alright, if we find a Pikachu, we'll catch it. How about that? They're kind of rare, but we might find one. Just to have. We don't have to keep it in our party. Raichu is like brown, so that's kind of a different color from the others. Right now, Weedle is Junior Doctor. Weedle is Doctor's Apprentice. Weedle is Nurse right now. Nurse B. Nurse B. Power Rangers. Yeah, we'll have the Power Ranger party. Oh, look at that. I mean, we have to. We have to. They're just so damn cute. What kind of Pokemon player would I be if I didn't get a Pikachu? We'll decide if we want to keep it or not on our team. At the very least, we could put it in the PC, you know? Oh, shit. Alright, well, let's catch it before it dies. Pikachu. What are we naming it? Just Pikachu? Bunkachu? Boopachu? Boobachu? Boobichu? And we got one. Wait, I know. Or no. I was gonna pick something, but I want chat to pick. Booty Chew! That sounds like a crazy way to sneeze. Can we even do that? Steve. Steve Jobs. Peek at Chew. Why do the Pokemon get more space for names than us? That's not fair. Peepachu. Steveachu. Steveachu. Steveachu? Steven Chew? Beefachu! Beefy Chew. Beef burrito. Or how about just beef chew? Beef chew sounds like beef stew. Flash. Ooh, the Flash. The game isn't called Humans. That's why Pokemon game names get more spaces. Oh. Wait. Chat, would you be mad at me if... It fits! It fits! That's a compromise. Welcome to the party, beef stew. Beef stew! Beef stew for Chew. Beef Chew. Beef's Chew. Beef's Chew! I should have renamed it to Beef's Chew. It's just like my PC. 100% pure Angus beef. What is it with VTubers I watch playing Pokemon and naming them after food? What's a better food name than beef stew? Riddle me that. Who came up with a better food name than me? Nobody. That's who. Beef stew is queen. Now I kind of don't want to get rid of Pikachu since its name is Beef Stew. Now I want beef stew. My mom makes a good beef stew. Damn, we should have named the Weedle Bees Nuts. Yeah, what if they all have a bee theme, all the names? I do love the letter B. This stream is brought to you by the letter B. I think that's just a weird quirk I have where I like replacing the first letter of things with a B pretty often. Or sometimes not even the first letter. Sometimes it could just be any random letter. And welcome, Lumi. Welcome, welcome. I'm partial to Butters. Butters. I remember... Do you guys remember... I'm sure we would all like to forget, but I don't know if you guys remember the Hawktula girl. Once somebody brought up in a comment that she sounds like Butters, and I could never unhear it after that. I had a friend who had a dog named Butters. Butters was a very cute dog. That would have been good. Yeah, that would have been good. Just finished a week of beef stew. It was a good week. A week's worth of beef stew? Mmm. Beef stew every day for a week sounds nice. Do I have an antidote? I don't want to run to the Pokemon Center again. Damn it. You know what? I'm running to the mart. I'm running to the mart and I'm buying some antidotes so we don't have to keep running back to the Pokemon Center since we don't even have the shoes yet. Because this is going to drive me crazy. Better names than beef stew. Butters, waffle, flapjack, cheesecake, and pot pie. All right, well, you know, you have me with pot pie. But what's wrong with beef stew? It's hearty. It's balanced. It has lots of the food groups in it. You got your meat. You got potatoes and noodles. You got some vegetables in there, like carrots and other vegetable accoutrement. What about pepper steak? Pepper steak is a good name. Or, cream chipped beef. My dad would be proud of me for that one. Wait, oh wait, no, not potions. Antidote. I need antidotes. Badly. Yes, I will take 10. Excuse me. Ooh, sorry. That one did not smell very good. Anyway, beef stew. Does Hawk Tua say, oh, hamburgers? No, I remember once, I think, I didn't listen to her a lot, but there was like one clip I heard in some person's YouTube video where she was in like a Twitter space and CoffeeZilla came in to like call her out in a scam. And he walked in, and then she just went, "What do you want, CoffeeZilla?" And when I heard that, I was like, oh my god, she does sound like Butters. Oh, hamburgers. Yes, but as a name, it is inferior. Says you! Says those who have not been enlightened by the mighty beef stew yet. By the mighty beef blinding stew. Where are the trainers? I want to fight some trainers so I can actually get some experience around here. I remember there being trainers around here. There's one. Why are you making steaks out of Pepper? Because he's got lots of meat on his bones. I bet he would make good steak. Pepper's not a skinny kitty. He's nice and chunky, so he would make good steak. I love how they did the battle themes in this game. I just don't like how they did the Lavender Town music. I thought they could have done that a little spookier. That's my only complaint, though. I suppose if you're selling Hawk to a coin, I suppose you are a professor of chaos. I think that's what he was calling her out on. I think he was calling her out in her pump and dump. But, yeah, I just remember her being like, "What do you want, CoffeeZilla?" And she sounded like Butters. I'm like, she could be a good... I don't know. Sometimes I'll hear people's voices and I'll be like, they could be a great voice actor. Like, I don't know if you guys saw Longlegs. But the main girl in Longlegs, the whole time I was listening to her, I was like, she sounds like Tommy Pickles. She could be a great voice actor. And then when I was watching, and then a few months ago, I was rewatching the movie Psycho. And all the scenes where Norman Bates is like talking to himself as his dialogues is between him and his mom, I was like, wow, with those skills he could have been a voice actor and his life would have been better. He didn't have to kill all those people. He could have been a voice actor and made money and And his life would have been better. He didn't need to do all that. Use 2 and then forget about him. I just use them for when I get poisoned. Lilith, what have we told you about the blinding stew? You guys can't stop me because I can't read. I will have my blinding stew one day. Scam on that thing? Scam! Do not say that word in front of me. I will not fall for another scam. I will not fall for another scam. Damn. Every time I'm reminded of that, I get so mad. They took advantage of me. How dare they? I thought I was gonna make $1,200. I want revenge. I want to send gorilla poop to their door. That's my new solution for everything. When somebody's wronged me, I just want to send gorilla poop to their door. Everybody that's tried to take $200 from me this year, you're in for a stinky surprise. He could have been a voice actor and make $4. Hey, sometimes we make more than that. Sometimes we make $5. Sometimes we make $5. And that's kind of neat. Nobody panic, but I can now afford a shot of pain. Uh-oh. Listen, you can use the shot of pain if we get a wipeout here. But I'm not gonna let that happen. I won't let that happen. You seem like the type of person to get scammed every month. No, this was the first time, believe it or not. I'm usually actually pretty good at being able to tell when something's a scam. I've read a lot of stories about different scams. And I mean, they didn't actually, you know, they didn't end up... I mean, they scammed me for my time and my resources, but they didn't end up taking any of my money, thankfully. I got smart right before then. I'm gonna spring it when you least expect it. Do it now. Right now. No, actually, no, not the shot of pain. I thought you were talking about something else. I thought you were talking about your cover. Don't do it now, actually. Please! Spare me! Spare beef stew. I'm only halfway to a shot. You guys are scaring me. You're spooking me out. Lilith gets scammed every month. It's called rent. Actually, though. Oh, amen. I laugh to distract myself from the tears. What is capitalism but the greatest scam? Poetry. True poetry. I have a shot in the barrel, but I won't put Lilith through it. You guys are all gonna use them at the same time, I bet. Isn't that what always happens? I need 17K. God, why are so many of you so close to a shot of pain? I need to up the redeem amount. I'm scared now that I have that goddamn... the sauce, you know? The fucking... the hot sauce. The wing sauce. The Sean Evans sauce. That sauce. Lilith, I've got this great business opportunity for you. All right, well, I want half the money up front, and we're signing a contract before I do anything. Okay! Then I'll listen to your business opportunity. I almost have enough to buy the shot of pain twice! Won't you all spare a dear bunny? What have I done to you all? Have I not been a benevolent queen? Have I not spared you all in times of great turmoil? Gotta put the shot on a 24-hour cooldown. I actually think I did put a cap on it. Like, I think we can't do more than 2 shots of pain per stream. Either 1 or 2. I did put a cap on it, though, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I could take out a loan against the microplastics and my balls and afford it. Jail! Jail! I hate that that made me laugh. You gotta tempt us with other lower cost redeems. I've been coming up with new redeems. But what's more tempting than watching a VTuber go through immense pain? Do I need to come up with other painful redeems? Not too painful. I may be a masochist, but not that much it would. Lilith, you gotta give us another high redeem option to relieve the stress. What could be a good high point redeem option, though? Like what? I wouldn't mind doing another one, actually. But what would it be? What would be another good, like, high point redeem that we could do? Like another, something similar to a shot of pain? Should I do a should I get a thing of, maybe I could get a box of Bean Boozled? I could get a box of Bean Boozled, and anytime somebody does a high point redeem, I could eat a random Bean Boozle. Bean roulette. Yeah, shot of pain Russian roulette, except it's only 1 empty shot. Yeah, it'd be like bean roulette. I'm not saying I'm going to buy it, but I'm just saying how many points I have. I'm only looming it over your head. I'm only letting you know that the threat is there. To keep you on your little bunny toes. At this point, Lilith is gonna have to chug an entire bottle of hot sauce and breathe fire out both ends! Am I going to be the gastrointestinal VTuber? Why does that mantle have to fall to me? What did I do to deserve that? Listen, I know I give you guys a lot of information that the FBI couldn't torture out of you. Because I just don't care. I've lived for so many thousands of years. It doesn't affect me anymore. But my insurance isn't that great. I love that it made you laugh. That made me laugh. I have the humor of a 6th grader sometimes. I'm sorry. You can blame my father. Every day, more and more, I'm like, I am turning into my dad. It's so bad. Literal high redeem, get that take a hit redeem. I don't need a redeem to do that. I can do that without a redeem. Lilith, if you can beat the elite team with just Beedrills and Ninetales, then you get a reward. Should I do that? Should I just have multiple Beedrills and multiple Ninetales on my team? Oops, all Beedrills and Ninetales. That sounds like an old ancient legend or something. It was like the legend of the bee and the nine-tailed fox. The giant bee and the nine-tailed fox. Forbidden romance. Good job, Beef Stew. Thank you for the hydrate redeem. Okay, you could do that. Maybe add a guide the raid option. Ooh. Or offer VIP status for a huge amount of points. That's true. That's a good idea, actually. I need to be handing out VIPs more. So we could do that. We could do a really high point redeem. Could be end up giving you VIP status. Or yeah, and also you pick who we raid. That one actually would be really helpful because I'm always looking for more VTubers to raid, but I get too scared to raid VTubers that aren't my friends. So that could be a good one. Thank you for the suggestion. So I'll make sure to write those down. Those can be some high point redeems where it's like one could be pick who we raid. And, yeah, VIP status. That's always, that's a good reward. Masterful gambit, my friends. I saw Camila has access to her friends' models, and for points she will switch to one of them. Maybe a point redeem to transform into Bibra. Wait, I should talk to Bibra about that. I could be like, hey, do you want to, like, trade models? Like, I'll give you mine. You give me yours, and then I remember on April Fool's Day one year, I think Yosh used his friend's model. I think he used Finny's model that day as like his April Fool's prank. It was cute. So yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll ask my friends, hey, can I have your models? And then you guys can hear me talking Bibra's body. Ooh, thank you for the hydrate. All good suggestions, everybody. Thank you. For a high point redeem, how about a tier list suggestion? Ooh, yeah! How come y'all aren't the streamers? You guys come up with better ideas than me. You all should be streamers. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you, I say. Thank you. Oh, I forgot about that little detail. That's cute. That it shows you giving them the item. I love that. What if model fusion? Huh. What would me and Libra's models look like if we fused? Would that be disturbing, or... I think that would be attractive, actually. What would happen if you crossbreed a bird and a bunny? Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that! I didn't mean it like that. Although I'm sure you guys love that image in your head. Get wheedled, Dr. B! Collect friends' models like they're Infinity Stones. I mean, my friends all have such cute models. My friends are all so cute. I can't help that I have such cute VTuber friends. A bird and a bunny. The Easter Bunny! Wait, what's the bird in Easter? A dove? Maybe? I think. Oh yeah, also we could probably go defeat our rival now. I'm gonna do that before we continue on. Shimmy! We gotta go defeat team. Dr. B is evolving! B, 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 Weeble. Dr. Cocoon. Our doctor's intern has evolved into a junior doctor. And learned every Gooner's favorite move. Harden. Okay. I am gonna... No, actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I want to get the running shoes before we go back, actually. Or at least heal before we go back. Or do we want to get a gym badge first? I don't know. It's gonna be pretty easy to get this gym badge because we have Squirtle. We didn't go hard mode by picking Charmander. Crossbreeding? Boy, do I have a Zootopia comic for you. Don't. Don't! No! I had a friend show me that goddamn comic in college. The second I sat down to read, they were like, I have something to send you. Or the second I sat down in class, they were like, I have something to send you. And they sent me the fucking Zootopia comic. You know the one. And I read it in the middle of class. And I told my friend they were sick in the head. For making me read that. I just wanted to read about my Judith Butler article. I didn't need to see that shit. I've never even watched Zootopia. I haven't seen either of those movies. Uh-oh, we're all about to fall asleep. Cute. Marshmallow Peeps. Oh, yeah! Marshmallow Peeps. I forgot about Peeps. It's about to be Peep season, actually. I love me a Peep. Yeah, wait, they make Bird Peeps and Bunny Peeps. You guys are right. What? What do you mean it's my profile? Oh, I love these. Okay. It's like Mad Libs. Babe? Ah ha 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 ha! Bad. Babe. Ah ha 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 ha. Bad. Bad money. That's me. Ah ha 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 ha, babe, bad money. Baby, no money. Slowly sounding more and more like Pikachu when you were saying B. Pikachu. Pikachu. Oh wait, no, I don't need to know the wireless communication system. I don't want that. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna skip through all that. Reading the Zootopia fan media was your first mistake. I didn't know it was gonna be. It just I just got sent a link and I was told to read it. So I read it. I'm good at following directions. When somebody tells me to do something, I'll do it. I'll do it. Maybe that's how I get tricked and scammed. Peeps are the candy corn of Easter. Hey, not too much on candy corn. I love the taste of chewy sweet wax. I think it's delicious. All right, he takes us here. Resident Dr. B! Easter chicken. Wait, is there such thing as an Easter chicken? I heard about the Easter bunny, but what's the Easter chicken? I didn't say I hate candy corn. I'll eat candy corn, but it's never my first choice. Yeah, I mean, it's not my first choice of Halloween candy to eat. But if it's offered to me, I'm not gonna say no. There's just no way. And Demon, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to Bunny Coat. Welcome, welcome. Appreciate your follow so much. Welcome on in. Hope you're having a lovely day. I'm gonna buy some more potions, I think. Potion seller, I'm going into battle, and I require your strong... Wait, that's too much money. We'll just buy 5. Peeps are also better stale. I agree. I agree. Peeps are delicious stale. Some candy is just good stale. I don't know. Like, some gummy candies are also really good stale. Why do you think that is? Like, some Haribo gummies are really good stale. Damn, I'm getting free tours left and right today. Lilith is easily suggestible and bullyable tattooed on her forehead. Everybody's been clocking me like crazy lately. A couple weeks ago, one of my friends was like, Lilith, I have to get you into K-pop because you're really impressionable. I was like, damn. Clock me, why don't ya? But I mean, yeah. I'm very impressionable and easily swayed by pretty boys. Sue me. Thank you for the hydrate. Only person more bullyable is Kurt. Yeah. Good. After him. Get him. He made the embarrassing videos, not me. Anything that I've admitted to, he's probably admitted to 10 times worse. Somehow we're both very willing to offer up that information. Maybe that's how we ended up getting the same job. I also don't know about stale candy, but I used to like stale corn pops when I was younger. You know what? I get that. I get that. Something about the texture. It's like when you eat a stale Cheeto. Something about that stale, like, corn texture, you know? Or, like, corn snack texture. You can't see, but she just looked to see if the tattoo was there. I'm not gullible! I'm impressionable! I did not check because I know that I don't have any tattoos. Hey kid, you want to see my tattoo? Yeah, I have no tattoos. I want some, but I don't have any. Yeah, they were chewy. That's what it is. It's the chewiness. It's that good chew. Something about the chew of like a stale corn snack is so good. OpenAI is shutting down Sora. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Finally, some good news. Good riddance. I saw Enlarged Kai made a new Pokemon video on his channel. And he said at the end, he was just like, just letting everybody know I'm a real human boy. I don't use AI. All of these are made with me as a human. And I'm just like, damn, it's sad that he even has to say that, but his animations are so cool though. I was really excited. This one was about Metagross. It was cool as fuck. Oh, I forgot that there's only one other trainer at Brock's gym. Let's see. Let's see if we're strong enough to take him on, actually. I don't know. Do we need to wait a couple more levels? Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna go defeat our rival. We're gonna go defeat our rival, and then we're gonna go defeat Brock. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go mug on our rival a little bit, and then we're gonna go defeat Brock. I like the sound of that. You didn't even see the DM I sent you that said goal. I'm not falling for that! I'm not falling for that. I do have a DM in Discord right now, but I know that's not you because I've had that DM notification for like the past couple hours, so it's somebody else. I'm not gullible, your mom's gullible. Your mother. Only a plastic eater would understand me. I'm a Play-Doh eater. Fuck my stupid Chungus plastic eating life. I'm gonna go beat up my rival to feel better about myself and my plastic-eating tendencies. None of you understand me. If you're not a plastic eater, you wouldn't understand me. Wee, 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 wee. My mom is gullible. That's very true. I always hated that when I was a kid and people would be like, you know, they wrote gullible on the ceiling. Shut up. You know, they wrote your name on my fist. Okay? How about that? You poo-poo head. I'm gonna go beat up my Revol. I'm gonna go beat up my Revol. 'Cause I'm so mad. I'm not gullible. You don't have enough badges either, doofus. You bozo. Why do you have to be like, you don't have enough badges? You're not strong. Neither are you. You with your little fuck-ass level 9 Pidgey. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? I thought Bubble was never supposed to miss. Or is that Bubble Beam? Isn't Bubble Beam one of those moves that's not supposed to miss? Like Swift? You fell for the ketchup on your shirt a lot growing up? I've never even heard of that one. What's that one? Oh, like the, oh, there's something on your shirt and then they like flick it up, like your nose. I know what you're talking about. I don't think it was specifically ketchup for me. I think there were maybe a couple of times where, somebody would be like, oh, there's something on your shirt, and they would flick my nose up. That would always be grown-ass adults, though, who would do that. That wouldn't even be kids. And I'd be like, why are you doing that when I'm a kid? Don't do that to me, I'm a kid. Don't bully the kid. Have you seen Digital Circus? Bubble never misses. I need to catch up on Digital Circus. I know there was a new episode recently. All right, let's see if we can... Oh, I don't think we can poison him because he's already poison type. So I don't know if it's possible. But I'll whittle him down. I'll at least whittle him down. And be a sacrifice. I do need to catch up on Digital Circus, though. I know the new episode was supposed to be really crazy. The other day I was in the shower and I was thinking about how there was a SpongeBob villain named the Dirty Bubble. And I think that's really funny. The Dirty Bubble! My sister would jump scare me coming out of the bathroom a lot. It's a good thing it was on the way out and not the way to the bathroom. I'm trying to think what like my brother would do to prank me a lot as a kid. I don't really think he did much. We threw a lot of balloons at each other as children. Does that count? That wasn't really pranking. We had a game. Our favorite game to play was called Balloony. And Balloony, all Balloony was just us throwing balloons at each other. But it was great. Whenever we had balloons on hand, we would be bored in the living room, and then we would be like, wanna play Balloony? And then we would just get our balloons, and we would throw the balloons at each other. And grab the balloons, and then I'd smack him with them. Next time I see my brother, I'm gonna be like, do you remember Balloony? Can we play that again? I wanna beat him up with a balloon in front of my sister-in-law. I think that would be really funny. I bet she would find it funny too. Just little sibling things. My brother once as a prank smeared a full handful of margarine all over my head and face before I left for school. I still haven't recovered. Oh, were people calling you Butter Boy all day? Poor Jacob, poor Butter Boy. That's really cruel. That's like the time once when I was walking home and I saw some people in a car throw balloons of maple syrup at a couple of the boys in my grade behind me. That was crazy. I did not feel bad for them. Me and my brother used practice wooden swords on each other and not hold back. That's such a sibling thing. I think maybe my brother like went a little easier on me just because like, you know, I was a girl. But I know that like brothers and like sisters will not hold back with beating each other up. Like sometimes I'll tell my friend who grew up with sisters about like the silly things my brother and I would do, and then she would be like, my sisters and I used to like beat the shit out of each other. And she would send me like clips from The Matrix and be like, this was what we were doing. While you and your brother were hitting each other with balloons. Now he's a Butterman. Jacob went from Butter Boy to Butterman. And we're all so proud. I made sure to wash the shit all the way off before I left. Having an older brother is like going to war. I guess my older brother went pretty easy on me then, all things considered, after hearing some of these stories. The only time my brother actually hurt me was an accident, and that was completely my fault. It was, once we were on, like, a beach in the winter, and there were supposed to be these batting cages nearby, but they weren't open because it was winter. And my brother was really mad because he brought his bat with him, and he really wanted to go to the batting cages. So we were on the beach, and I was like, here, why don't you take some rocks on the beach and hit those with your bat? And so, he did that. He was hitting little rocks, and then I was so young at the time, and then, so I was stupid, and I took a really big rock, and I was like, why don't you hit this one? And he was like, okay, and I was standing right next to him, and then he hit it, and then the rock hit me in the head, and then the bat hit me in the head, and then I was bleeding a lot, and I cried a lot, and now I have a bald spot on my head where that happened. It's really tiny, and it's covered up by my bangs, so you can't see it unless I, like, futz around and, like, find it, but it's there. But that was an accident. He didn't, like, mean to do that. He felt really bad. That was probably actually my fault, thinking about it. Because I didn't move away after giving him the rock. But yeah. I'm not brain damaged or anything right now. Brock. Let's fight the gym! Either adapt it or die was what we grew up believing. Yup. But listen, I was small and scrappy. So if he ever did try to seriously come for me, I could have gotten away. My sister and I are both black belts, so we weren't allowed to fight unless it was at the dojo with supervision. Wait, did you guys ever fight in the dojo? Wait, I would have loved to have seen that. A fight between two black belt siblings. That is honestly really cool. Alright, let's do some buffing and debuffing before we attack. That explains the brain damage. Yeah. Exactly. I turned out fine. I probably should have gotten stitches, but what can you do? Critical hit! Hell yeah! Alright, I really have to train up my other Pokemon. We'll do that next time. I could have sworn you had a bald redeem. I don't know how to make my VTuber bald. If I learn how to make my VTuber bald, I could do a bald redeem. I think there might be a way that I can baldify my VTuber. Egghead. Careful with that Geodude, he might have a baseball bat. Listen, I got smart this time. Thank you for the hydrate. I learned from my mistakes. The mistakes of my childhood. We were allowed when we were younger, but once I hit that puberty strength boost, we had to stop. Yeah, that's understandable. You don't actually want to seriously hurt each other. That's really cool that that both of you guys are black belts. Nobody's fucking with you. And this is why at conventions, you have to be my bodyguard. Because you and Libra will be my bodyguards because nobody's fucking with black belts. Alright. We did it. We got the badge, and we've reached 3 hours, so that's probably gonna be a good place to end off for the day. I'd say so, but we're gonna double save because I'm paranoid. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Thank you for the hydrates. I should hope after all these years of medical school, Dr. Karate would be a black belt. I should hope so. That's what they're teaching you in med school, right? Exactly. But yes, thank you guys for hanging out with me while I just chilled and played Pokemon tonight. This was honestly really ideal, and I'm excited to keep playing. This will just be a nice thing that we can come back to every now and then. And then, once it comes to doing the Soul Link with Libra, we can add even more stakes to that, and that'll be really fun. I'll probably be messaging Libra soon to be like, let's plan this, let's have some fun, and then we can just have lots of Poke fun this year. Lots of Pokemon fun. At the karate med school. Exactly. But yes, thank you everybody so much for hanging out with me tonight. This was a really, really fun stream, as always. Thank you to everybody that followed, to everybody that gifted subs, resubbed. It means the absolute world to me. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Hades. Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Tavok. Thank you, Fluffy. Thank you, Craig's Critique. Thank you, Lumi. Thank you, Udarabyte. Thank you, Trick Proof. Thank you all, cozy as always. Indeed. Wub the bunny. And I wub chat. I wub chat so much. I shall be back very, very soon. Probably next time we stream. What should we do? I guess next time we stream, maybe we'll finish Creature Kitchen, because we have a couple more little monsters that we gotta feed there, and I want to see how that game concludes. And yeah, we'll plan lots of other fun stuff as well. Either I'll be back later this week, or I'll be back next Tuesday. But either way, I cannot wait to see you guys again very, very soon. Let's keep on hanging out and chatting in the Discord server as always, and keeping things chill and fun and lovely. Thanks for stream. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. You have the greatest of nights. Thank you, all of you as well. Everybody go have a good meal. Go watch something fun. Play something fun. And yeah, just enjoy yourselves for me. I can't wait to see you all very, very soon. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Bye.